Hello guys, not long ago I came across a job advert on Indeed. Of course, I know some people had put it on their status updates, but I'm not sure this job has caught many people's attention because it's still there since then. So I felt like, okay, let me make a little video about it, and it's about sponsorship job for someone who wants to be a barber. So if you want to dress the hair, if you want to take care of people's hair, then it is something you may want to look into. And then they've got sponsorship, but then the person must be in the United Kingdom. So it's not all jobs that they are sponsoring from outside the country. But why I'm putting this is because there may be one or two people who are here, maybe as students, they are on student visa, but they have certificates, maybe they have trade certificates in barbering or hairdressing, and they may want to give it an effort. So if it is something you've done, if you know that you've been trained and you have trade test certificates or trade certificates, maybe from any part of the world, I know some of you guys will know that they give trade test certificates in Abuja head office, and if you've been trained maybe in technical school, technical colleges, then you can actually get your certificate and be a good fit. You may be a good suit for this job. Now, if you've done that, they are ready to sponsor you, give you visa sponsorship for this particular job. Of course, it's not extremely like maybe not extremely wealthy or paid so much. It is just 26,200 per annum, but it's still not bad, at least since sponsorship will be involved. But they expect you must have had the experience of barbering for 2 years, and you must be a good speaker of English, and they want you to show face when they want to do your interview, and I think that's a sensible thing. So the job ID is there. I'll put the jobs link in the description here so that you can tell one or two of your people who might be or who may be interested in getting or applying for this job. And there are courses. If for in the nearest future any one of my people want to look at this job, barbering job, you can actually take some vocational trainings. And so such vocational training, you can do them for like 3 months or go to the university to learn them for like 2 years or more. Then you will be fit, you will be certified, you will do your, they will have to sign you off and sign you off, all those signing off things that we used to take care of here. So they will sign you off. You may take your courses as a barber as a private course. Like there are many schools that are offering that you can look into, or you may enroll in the university, and that can take you up to 2 years to complete that. And you must be between 16 and 19 years to get enrolled into the uni for this particular job. And it may be that you might just do an apprenticeship too, and you will be termed qualified to do the job. So there are no like completely general prerequisites outside of the practical training, but at least you must be able to handle your IT gadgets considerably enough. And what will you be doing as a barber? You will have good communication and interpersonal relationships, so you must be able to communicate with your customers and to reassure them. Some people might want to come and make hair, they might have some phobia, maybe phobia for the clipper, phobia for whatsoever, and you may need to be able to talk them through. Maybe it's maybe cost, the amount you're charging, and they may want to say, okay, I can't do this, and then you should be able to talk them into believing in you. So that is one of the things you'll be doing. Good customer care advice. You may need to give professional advice to customers on what hairstyle that may suit them. So it may not be that punk fits me and skin fadder is the style someone wants to take. Then you should be able to say, oh, with the shape of your head like coconuts or like garden egg, this is the type of hair that you should make. So do something like that could really help your customer to make an informed decision before you start making the hair. So You know, there's this guy, Geometric Barber, that is doing something wonderful from Uganda, I think, and is doing very, very beautiful job. You may want to be sort of someone like that. Then you may need to groom people's bear. You know, bear, you may need to shave for them and all that, and could really make people feel good too, the way you are able to do it. Scalp and neck massages. So it's not all about cutting hair and cutting beards alone. You may need to do some massage works, and that's the essence of the training you may need to go through, or maybe the university training that you may need to go through. Then cleaning the barber shop before and after every customer. You don't want to leave your work environment untidy and unwelcoming and unhygienic and make people prone to infection. So those are the skills you will be performing. Applying the appropriate treatment to hair and beards. You know, sometimes people would have these bumps and all that. You should be able to know what you may use to cure that, what you may use to treat all those things. And some people's beards might have grown maybe pimples or some pustules, papular rashes and all those things. So you may need to offer advice. Sometimes you may need to offer advice that may need them to be referred to possibly a dermatologist, or maybe they may need experienced medical practitioner to look into some things about their hair. So you're not just going to be overstepping your boundaries. So you will know when that job is within the confines or the dictates of what you've learned, what you've been certified for, what you've been signed off for, so that you don't pick another person's profession and think it is yours. And you know, here there's nothing they cannot sue people for. So don't just relent. I think it is all about just cutting hair and cut gorimapa, just cut skin, cut punk, cut what are the other names of the hair people make? You can drop the name of other hairstyles down there. So you take payments and keep proper financial records. So you mustn't be someone who cannot actually read and write at all, because if you've made hair, you are expected to get paid for that. Then you are expected to keep the itineraries of what's going how the money is coming in and going out and all that, what you've spent for. At least you pay for the shop you've rented, you pay taxes, you'll be paid as an employee. So all those things must be intact. You must be able to read and write, and you should be able to train apprentices too, because this job too could be learned through apprenticeship pathways. Go do it through apprenticeship pathway and get your trade certificate. You may want to say, okay, I want to go and study this in the university. I'm sure it's not going to be like a full-time course like that completely, but then you can be. I'll leave the link at the end of this information. So then you understanding a customer styling needs. So you should be able to know all those ones, and dressing smartly should be part of the things that should be part of the things you will learn when you were getting trained. Time management, you know, there are people that could waste your time, and so you should be able to know how to communicate with them to save time, and you don't keep other customers waiting unnecessarily. You know, life here is all about timing. So stamina, this is not a job you do and sit down. Now you have to stand up for a long while. So you should get the needed strength. You are not someone who's standing for 5 minutes and you are having you are feeling dizzy, you are having vertigo. I'm sure they would run some medical checks too. So if you are someone who's been having vertigo, Meniere's disease, someone who can't stand, someone who's not eating and is consistently anemic, or someone who has some blood dyscrasias that they cannot even stand for a time, that person may not be fit for the job. Then hand and eye coordination, all these ones are needed too, because you don't want to be making hair and you end up cutting your hand in the process because you cannot see very well. If it may mean that you need to see an ophthalmologist and maybe get some treatment for your eye, that may be necessary. Then you must be an organized person. You mustn't be looking for this up here and you are looking for that down there, and you don't know where you are keeping stuffs. Sorry guys, I had to beckon on someone to behave themselves this morning. So, well, this job offers to give 26,000 per annum. It seems most barbering, especially if you are starting at the base level, will take 23. You pay 23,160 per annum, but these guys are offering a whooping 26,000. So if you are here, your spouse is on study and you've been struggling to get that care job or to get another job that will give you COS, please help yourself to this, and I believe you'll be able to make sensible things out of it. So I'll leave you with the links to make some decisions about it, and that you should be very fine. Do all these things and you may end up as the one that will be called for this job. Thank you very much, and stay good for the week.